What's up, guys? This is Kalo, and normally I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, but welcome back to another episode of Community Kitchen, where we are cooking up the latest and greatest gaming news headlines. And today, there's a Mario Kart Direct. We're going to talk about it, but before we get into that, I'm joined by John Hanson. Why don't you say what's up?
What's up? Let's talk some Mario Kart World.
Mario Kart World, we got a nice little 15-minute Direct. We gotta go through all this. I want to start by asking the question to you. Did we need this today? Because I personally don't think we did.
I okay. So the game looks great.
Yes.
Super excited to play it. Day one purchase for me and all that, obviously. Even with the $80 price tag if I don't end up being able to get the bundle. But Nintendo did build this up to be something bigger than it is. Like I was expecting like a big reveals, like a lot of characters that we didn't see in the first footage, uh, like really big things. And like they showed some things that we didn't know about, but they were all like just really small.
Yeah.
And yeah, they didn't. The footage itself sells the game. Obviously, it looks great. It's beautiful. Like they went over again all the tricks, the wall riding. They did go into like a mini challenge thing that you can find in the open world, but like that, okay. I They didn't like go over if like there's any like rewards for doing all of that. It just seems like it's just kind of something to do when you're in free roam. Yeah, I don't feel like we needed this. It didn't really move the needle on
Yeah.
anything for me.
Yeah, like you said, I'm excited to play this game. I can't wait to get into it. But in a world where I could have been like, all right, if you dropped a little trailer during the day about this, great. Like, that's fine. I was personally expecting to get, like what you said, all the newer characters or whatever that was dropped. I mean, let's just rip the band aid off. Cow? We got Cow. Like, uh,
I don't love Cow. That is the best inclusion so far.
but in my mind's eye with Nintendo, you could have called him Moo Moo or like something. Like
Yeah.
we were watching it live in the Discord, and Aiden, we were watching, and we're like, Cow? Like that's it? Like he's just Cow.
Yeah.
Also, no Link. I don't know if I missed him in this trailer, but no Link. That was the one thing that really stood out to me.
So far, there have been zero outside characters, which I personally am fine with. Um, I absolutely love Link, one of my favorite Nintendo characters ever. I'm a huge Zelda fan. Uh, I was saying for a long time I want this to be only Mario, and now that it's called Mario Kart World, I'm doubling down on that. I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely love that they're going with just Mario characters. My problem with the character roster is it's really cool that they've got all the random enemies and stuff like the dry bonefish and like dolphin. There's a snowman. Like there's a lot of crazy ones. Cow, obviously. Like there's a lot of ones that we would never expect to be able to play as in this game. But man, there's so many just other like named characters that just don't appear to be in the game at launch, and that kind of sucks. No Funky Kong, no Diddy Kong. Professor Egad is a huge one that I want added to the game. I've
Yes.
been a big I've been trying to get I've been trying to build up Captain Syrup from the Wario Land games. I think she would be an amazing inclusion in a game like this. So there's a lot of other characters that actually have names that you could throw into this that just aren't here. That could come in the future. Like it's very possible that we're gonna get some of that, but also, one thing they could have done with this direct is like talk about the future. Like, will there
Yeah.
be DLC in this game? Will there be free updates? There's been no mention of that whatsoever. So, yeah, I feel like they kind of dropped the ball on this.
That was my big like saving grace for today because They did that treehouse thing a couple weeks back where they're like, hey, this is us playing the game, this is the new modes, and that was way better than this. My premise here was, all right, 15 minutes, you're going to gloss over like everything we kind of know. But then give us the incentive as to why this game is $80. Everyone's questioning that. And it's like, are you going to make it 80 but give us the booster pack for life? Like, that's included. Here you go. Here's all the content that you should expect, at least in the next 2 years, maybe 3 if you really want to get crazy. Another thing they kind of did talk about, albeit, is open world, free roam, multiplayer. Those are the questions I had as far as, like, what are you going to be able to do with your friends? What are the means to get the costumes within the game? That was tied to various foods and all that. I do expect at some point to be like, all right, here's the booster pack plan. Here's our future content. Maybe we get that after launch. I don't know. But again, I'm sitting here like looking at this game. It's great, but today, did we need it? No, I don't think so.
No. Yeah, and just going back to the costume things, I was totally expecting those to have a gameplay mechanic, and they don't. It just seems to be, oh, okay, yeah, you're just changing outfits and you unlock them for the long haul if you want to go to them. Like I was expecting like, oh, hey, I've got this the kimono and maybe I open up a new pathway on one of the tracks that would feature that outfit. But no, it doesn't seem like there's any of that. They're just kind of there. Um, they did show the new items, as you can see on the footage right now, like with the feather and the gold shell. They also showed Kamek, which, okay, yeah, that's cool. But man, yeah, I came away overall super excited for the game. But this direct in particular, I came away kind of let down.
Yeah, and like anything new they showed today, if you tack on an extra 5 minutes to the Switch 2 Direct and where they showed this game originally, yeah, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, you were showing a lot that day. You got to digest a lot from like Metroid Prime, Pokemon. I get that. I do think there is room here to add something, and then we're still kind of here wondering here in the United States, when are we gonna get the console? Like, when are we gonna be able to pre-order? Of course, through Nintendo, that's going down on May 8th, I believe, but that's on an invite system. What about all the other retailers? What about the price? Like, do we actually know it's still this 450, 500? We don't. They did show off other accessories. Apparently, that's going to be scarce more than the console. So, again, questions here, but who knows? Maybe today, via Nintendo Magic, they drop a little blog post saying, hey, Switch 2 pre-orders, they're going up on major retailers X, Y, and Z. Have at it. Rumor is the 21st of April. I don't know how true that is, but I can kind of see it.
Yeah, hopefully we get some of those answers, but yeah, just focusing on the direct here. You know, every time I see the character select screen, the more I don't like it. Do you get that too?
It's just the dances they're doing. I don't know. I
don't care about the dances. It's just they put, okay, there's so many characters. Okay, I can understand why they wouldn't put everyone on one screen, but it really bugs me that they have all of the costumes as different entries. Like,
Oh yeah.
just have it like you do with the Yoshis, where you select Yoshi and then all of the color options pop up. Why are we not doing that with the costumes?
Yeah, even like what they do in Smash, where it's like you press the X button or whatever button it is, and then you sift through everything. It's like, I can see that. Or if they do the Smash style, where it's like every little bubble above you and then the 4 bottom ones, however you want to slice it. I don't know. It's such a weird place for this game right now.
There's no rhyme or reason to how they handle that. Obviously, that is a very big nitpicking situation. I did want to go over the rewind system because they showed that today, and I totally understand why they're including it, especially when this game has so much like Forza Horizon energy. Because, you know, I can understand why they're doing it. The one thing that kind of threw me off here is that if you rewind, it doesn't rewind the other racers. So
Mm-hmm.
you are just totally like giving up your position.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever a situation where I would rewind in this game now.
No.
Uh, I can understand that if they wanted to keep the rewind in online racing, like that 100% makes sense. But if you're playing offline, it seems like, yeah, it still won't get the other racers and move them back. So that feels like a very weird decision to me. Time trials appear to be an online only mode. Uh, they specifically said that online time trials work, but it doesn't look like you can play them if you don't have an internet connection. That seems a bit weird to me. Yeah, just a lot of weird decisions, I think.
Yeah, and to touch on something real quick with free roam, I again, whenever we headed into like what the next Mario Kart would be, this open world thing where you can see someone load into the map and drive to them, or in this case, quick travel. I think that's great. I think they it's very late for Nintendo to do the whole, oh, we're going to focus more on multiplayer. We're getting more social within our games. They're always late to the punch with some of these things. But I like this aspect now that it's in the game. You can take photos with your friends. It's these little things. The photo mode that they showed where you can kind of switch up your position, like look at the camera. It's all those little things, but again, how often am I going to use photo mode in Mario Kart World? I don't know. I do think they have, like, this is the canvas. What they're going to be doing now for the next, let's just assume this has a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe kind of run where it's the next 8 years. You have space in this open world to add things, to, like, put in challenges or whatever. So I think this is more of a thing where we have to judge World 4 or 5 years down the line, where it's like, all right, you had the blank canvas. What do you do with it? I don't know.
See, I would be fine with that thinking, but the problem is this is an $80 game, and we do have to judge what we're getting for it at launch. Like
Mm.
they do show us the challenges here, and I'm like, okay, yeah, people have been wanting challenges in Mario Kart for a long time. Ever since DS, they've been wanting that to come back. It's cool that it's here. But they what's my incentive to play these? Uh
Yeah.
from an unlockable standpoint, they said, "Oh, hey, there's these coins you can collect. There's the secret switches." Never gave an idea for why we would go after these things. The only unlockable we know about in this game is Rainbow Road. If you complete all of the Grand Prix, like, okay, yeah, that's cool. We kind of figured that Rainbow Road would be in this game for at some point, but what else around this are we doing this for? Like, it just seems like Nintendo's like, hey, yeah, we have this really fun game and go play it. And that is enough. But man, when you escalate that price to $80, you're gonna have people asking for a lot more.
Yeah, and for to like fill this open world, and I'm looking at the bottom left here, the little things from Sunshine, the little beaked things. I can't believe that that's a racer, but I'm getting sidetracked. For this open world and to throw things in it, I thought a cool thing to do would be like what they do with Smash, where they're like a new challenger approaches. Take like follow me here with Forza Horizon, where they're like, oh, there's a barn find on the map. It would have been so much better, and maybe that's the case here, where a new racer loads into your open world, and they're like, oh, race me or do this little sprint race, and you unlock me, or I'll join your team, however they want to label it. That would have been fun. Or the suggestion here, whenever the player picked up the coin, there was a silhouette of some type of character. I don't know if this is a thing where you have to collect a certain amount of coins and then that gets allocated to unlocking the character. But again, it's like you spent so much time telling us stuff here of what we already knew. Dive into that more. You have time. You
Yeah.
didn't have to just do 15 minutes to like say, here's everything you kind of already know.
hmm Yeah, okay. At the end of the day, the prices are good, and I'm glad that we don't know every single thing. But man, they could have just given us something like just telling us, hey, yeah, these coins you can buy new outfits, you can unlock new characters with that. Like, okay, yeah, that's great. if there are some of these characters I'm talking about, like Egad, Funky Hong, and all that, like that they just haven't shown, and that's at launch. Okay, that's great, but give me just put that carrot out on the stick in front of me. Like, just give me something to be excited for. Right now, all you've got is gameplay, and it looks great. It looks like a ton of fun. They keep going in on the camera thing here. I don't care whatsoever. Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like their focus is a little bit off here. The game still looks great. I'm going to be playing this a ton when I get my hands on it. But yeah, I just to kind of put this all in a bow, you asked if this direct was needed. The way that they handled it was a miss, in my opinion, and I don't think it was.
And real quick, while we're still kind of looking at this camera footage, why are they still showing it? Why are they still showing the choppy underneath? I don't want to promote, like, giving a false product, but in a world where Nintendo could easily clip this gameplay, put it in the bottom corner, crop it, and do whatever, and say, that's how it looks. Like, you're looking bad here. Like, this is, like, that is damn near inexcusable to throw on your direct that's labeling your biggest launch title for the Switch 2. And then it's like, no, here's some, like, 240p footage on the bottom of your screen. Don't worry about it. But yeah, God forbid that happens whenever this gets out into the public. Like, maybe that's just a stream thing. I don't think it is. But, like,
I don't think so either.
It's like, you're doing this. You're labeling everything here. Like, this is what to expect out of the game. So, I don't know. Again, I don't think it was needed. Could have given us a little more. There's definitely, I would like to believe there's more meat on this bone, but we're going to have to wait and see whenever we play it, hopefully on June 5th, and hopefully when we figure out when pre-orders are actually happening, let alone the price.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Well, that about does it here for this episode of Community Kitchen. If you're new here to Game Sandwich, feel free to subscribe, drop a like on this video, and leave a comment down below as to what you thought about this Direct. And if you want to talk more about your favorite video games or this Direct in general, join our Discord. Again, links to that is all in the video description down below. But as of right now, I've been Kalo, joined by John Hansen, and we'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed today's video and want more content just like this, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for all your news, rumors, and reviews. And we'll see you guys next time.